Today is going to be a long day as candidates running for governor fight to the finish.
Meantime, the National Republican Party is already launching attacks on Alexia Giannoulias. Joining us on the phone to break down the election, the president's budget, and some other issues is Republican Congressman Peter Roskam. Joins us from Washington, D.C. Good morning to you, Congressman.
Hey, good morning to both of you.
So, Congressman, we know all eyes are on Illinois at this time on this big Senate race. What's the feeling there like in Washington, D.C. right now? What are you hearing from your colleagues?
You know, last night I was with a group of members of Congress, and it really is all eyes on Illinois. The symbolism of this seat has taken on larger-than-life proportions. Obviously, Barack Obama held this seat. Sort of there's a general notion about the way in which Roland Burris was seated was sort of embarrassing for a lot of folks in Illinois, and now there's going to be a change. So you've got two strong candidates. I think coming out of the primary a little bit easier is Mark Kirk, who seemed to be ascending as the campaign went, and Alexia Giannoulias had some tough news in terms of his family bank that's come under a lot of scrutiny late last week. But it's going to be all eyes on Illinois for the next several months.
Congress, what do you make about this attack ad coming out of the Republican committee that tries to tie Alexia Giannoulias with the mob, going as far as to say Tony Soprano would be proud?
Well, I think you know, the old line, politics isn't beanbag, comes to mind. So it's a sharp-elbowed arena. But the other thing is, I think that there's a lot that Treasurer Giannoulias has to answer for as it relates to the family bank, the Broadview Bank, and how the family's taken money out, and now it's under federal scrutiny. And, of course, the past customers of the bank are pretty well documented. So those types of things don't come up so much in maybe a quiet treasurer's race. But when you're running in a seat that may determine 60 votes in the Senate, and it's a seat with a history of then electing a president of the United States, the level of scrutiny is going to increase on both of these men by orders of magnitude.
Congressman, I want to talk to you briefly about the health care reform bill. Yesterday, Democrat Charles Rangel of New York said that lawmakers behind closed doors right now are trying to revive Obama's health care bill. What do you know about this, and what are the chances of something even passing this year?
Well, in a couple hours, I'll be in a meeting that will be chaired by Chairman Charlie Rangel of the Ways and Means Committee, and it's going to be about the president's budget. But I think, you know, it was interesting. Last week, when the president came in and gave the State of the Union message, he didn't talk about his health care bill until about a half hour into the message. And that's important for a couple of reasons. It's important that it wasn't a key emphasis moving into this year. And even the words that he used I found interesting, because it was essentially, and I'm almost quoting him directly, take another look at the health care bill. Well, with all due respect, I think the American public has studied and scrutinized and argued and had the conversation about that plan and has really rejected it and said, no. What we need is a plan that's going to lower costs, increase accessibility, and deal with pre-existing conditions, not this budget buster. So I think Charlie Rangel may be having some closed-door meetings, but I think the country is actually yawning and yearning for something that's more open and not a closed-door approach.
Congressman Roskam, Peter Roskam, thanks again for joining us live from Washington, D.C.
Thank you.